Alrighty, so now I am live. It is Tuesday night, so I'm gonna give people a few seconds to stroll on in. I already shared on my Twitter that I'm doing this live stream. Gave people the option to come in and share their thoughts and listen to my takes. So what I'm going to talk about right here is give a brief, small recap of the NBA Summer League. I'm also going to discuss some possible dark horse teams I think could potentially make some noise in the NFL this upcoming season. And so let's get right into it. So those of you thinking to yourselves, where in the hell did you get that logo from? If you're wondering where I got that from, I was looking for a logo on I typed in NBA Summer League logo on Google to look for an image, and that's where I got it from. So for those of you wondering where I got it from, that's where I got it from. So for the NBA Summer League, I'm going to talk about that briefly because there's not a whole lot to talk about. Now, the Portland Trailblazers did win the Summer League. That's their fourth Summer League win. We had, Austin the Sportsman came in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining in. That's what I have to say. So as I was saying, though, so the Summer League, it's, the Blazers won, but let's face it. The Summer League isn't really, it's more like glorified preseason, like I've said, for first year, second year players and G Leaguers just hoping to make a spot on an NBA roster, which is why I wonder what's the point of even having the Summer League championship, which ties into my poll question that I asked. And that poll question is the NBA Summer League pointless? So you can vote on that one right there. I already got a vote right there. Said everyone that you can vote on that poll right there. But yeah, with the Summer League, I'm only going to talk a little bit about some of the individual performances because that's what matters most with the Summer League. I mean, the most standout performance from this on NBA.com from the Summer League stats, I'll put the link to that one in the description or in the chat, excuse me. I'll put that in the chat right there if you guys want to see the stats for yourself. So here we go. So the main player with the most points was Moses Moody of the Warriors, 27.5 points, averaging in 2 games played on 30 minutes averaged per game. So averaged a total 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal and 1 block. Okay, decent numbers, especially solid point numbers. But here's the thing with Moses Moody. The Warriors already have a loaded roster, and they're fresh off a championship, so they're not going to see much, probably not much for him in terms of playing time. Now, it is possible with Moses Moody. I'm going to have to check. Did he even play at all last year for the Warriors? I'm going to look that up real quickly. I'm still on. Did Moody? Because I know he was the top. He scored the most points in the Summer League on average for time played. But did he play any? Okay, he did play in 52 games, but he was averaging 4.4 points, about average 36 minutes. So he was there, but he wasn't really doing a whole lot anyway. And plus, they already have a bunch of pieces on the roster with the Warriors as it is anyway. So, I mean, he might, but he was getting playing time though. But here's the thing: he was playing productive in the Summer League, but last season his averages, while he was playing, he wasn't doing spectacular in the regular NBA. And who else we got now? In terms of players from the Summer League that could actually produce, let's talk about some of the main draft picks. Yep, Paolo Banchero, the number 1 draft pick. He played 2 games, averaged 30 minutes, averaged 20 points in those games. He also averaged 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals and a block in that time right there. So solid numbers for Summer League guy right there. You also have Cam Thomas. He played in 5 games. He averaged 30 minutes, averaged 27 points, averaged 4 assists, about 2 rebounds. Let's see, the way these numbers are set up on NBA.com, the reason I'm stuttering through it is because they got for assists 4.2, rebounds 1.6 for the stats, which isn't really the best indicator. And again, I put that in the live chat so you can read it for yourself, those of you watching. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to round it up to. That's why. But so this isn't even the best place to get accurate stats either. But mean, okay, so let's move along though. Let's just forget about it. Let's just go with the points. Okay, we'll just say, okay, so let's go on. Jaden Ivey, he played 2 games, but he also did suffer a right ankle injury during one of those games. He averaged about 19 minutes a game. It says 18.8. I'm going to round it up to 19. So he averaged 19 minutes a game, averaged at least 15 points a game, averaged at least 1 rebound, average 1 rebound per game. So he did score some points. Jaden Ivey showed a little bit of something, but then again, this is the Summer League. And remember, a majority of these guys in the Summer League, let's face it, they don't even play on a roster during the regular season. Excuse me. Sorry, but majority of these guys don't even play on a roster, NBA roster, period. I mean, some of these guys obviously will get some playing time, especially some of the lottery picks like Paolo Banchero, Jaden Ivey, Jabari Smith. Those guys right there. Now, one of the guys I talked about that possibly could get some playing time is Isaiah Joe from the 76ers. If Daryl Morey's intentionally not signing free agents to try to force Doc Rivers to play some of the younger guys that he drafted. But really, the Summer League, though, it's just really a chance mainly for the lottery picks and the second-year guys that try to get some highlight reel plays in, which works out great in this social media age, get to make some nice plays, put up some nice statistics, possibly try to do themselves some favors and increase the likelihood that they're going to get a roster spot to try to prop themselves up for next season. Chance for guys like, this is mainly the Summer League, particularly this year, mainly a chance for guys like Paolo Banchero, Jabari Smith, Jaden Ivey, and those guys to pad up their stats in some basketball games, in which is technically considered NBA games, to pad their stats a little bit, to try to increase their stock going into the season. That's really what the Summer League primarily is. And we look at the history of the championship game, because with the poll right there, I'm starting to see I'm getting some votes on the poll. I got 3 votes so far, and thank you to everyone that voted on my poll. Now, one thing I will say, I personally think that the Summer League championship is pointless. Because out of all these different teams, you got 2013, the Warriors. That was 1 year before they truly broke out. Got the Kings have won a couple Summer Leagues, but they haven't done anything significant in years. Last time they made the playoffs was 2006. You had the Blazers have won a couple Summer League championships, but here's the thing. The thing with that is, though, they've been stuck with Damian Lillard carrying them. And last year, when they didn't have him to carry them, they ultimately missed the playoffs and had a disappointing season. So, obviously, the point is these Summer League championships don't translate over to those teams winning games during the regular season. And out of all the Summer League MVPs, the only one I could think of from 2013 onward that actually has done something of noteworthy is Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. The most notable Summer League MVP of the past decade, or Summer League Championship game MVP, is Kyle Kuzma. That's the most notable. Let that sink in. Because I looked it up before I started the stream. A lot of those guys that won the Summer League Championship MVP aren't even in the NBA. They're playing basketball elsewhere, in another country, or in the G League, or elsewhere outside of the NBA. That goes to show that those Summer League championships don't mean anything. So I think the Summer League championship is pointless. Now, as far as the Summer League itself goes, I mean, I like the idea of giving some of these younger guys, these newer guys that just got drafted, these sophomores, and some of these guys trying to earn roster spots and playing time to try to get try to prop themselves up, put their stock up, so to say, or to try to win over their coaches in hopes that they could, well, like in the case of the G Leaguers, they could go out there, put up a few solid performances, maybe possibly make the roster out of it. So that provides them an opportunity to possibly work their way up to the NBA roster itself. And then for some of these rookies, it gives them a chance to get some of those early butterflies of being in the NBA out of their system, so to say. Those nerves. And at least get them a little more comfortable playing at the professional level. So I do think it serves some purpose, but it's more like I've said before, and I'll repeat, kind of like glorified. It's more like a glorified preseason without the star players being there, basically. It's like how the NFL preseason, like we see that right there where, I mean, the star players might get a little bit of playing time just to get some experience, just to get some of the rust off from the off season. But then mainly they go with the guys that are just looking for a roster spot. The summer league is basically like that, but without the star players being there on the court, period. So the summer league, I feel like it does serve a purpose, but the championship ring doesn't really serve a purpose. Because I'm looking at the stats, right? So, yeah, I mean, it was interesting for me, it was interesting to see what some of these guys were going to do. It was interesting to see what some of the guys for the Sixers would do, like Isaiah Joe, Cassius Winston, Paul Reed, but we didn't get a whole lot of playing time from Paul Reed. But I was curious to see what some of those guys would do. And I was curious to see what some of the lottery picks would do. So the summer league was interesting just to see them play, but that's all it really was. That's all. So I'm going to move on from that and switch gears. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give, before I start discussing Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going to give my perspective. You guys watching can leave comments in the live chat. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Give my dark horse teams for this upcoming NFL season. By dark horse team, I mean teams that have the potential to possibly make a run if all things work out right. If they stay healthy, if the chemistry on their team clicks, if all the players play up to their abilities, etc. Teams that could possibly make some noise and make a deep playoff run or possibly even a surprising run to the Super Bowl. Because last year, the Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl run taught us you can never bet against anyone. You never know who could come out and pull a good run out. Because before that, we had the Bengals at, around this time last year, I was thinking at best 7-8 wins, but they made it all the way to the Super Bowl. But with that being said, let's get into it. So some of my dark horse teams, you see right there the logo, the New Orleans Saints. So I think the New Orleans Saints could potentially have the opportunity, if all things go right, to surprise everyone and possibly make a deep playoff run. Because with Jameis Winston, obviously not the most optimistic starting quarterback in the world, which is why however, he is coming back from an ACL injury. Now, last year, though, he was playing pretty good before the injury. He was playing some of his best football since his second year before the injury. So if Winston comes back, recovers from the injury, and starts getting back to the form he was last year with the Saints, he could be a help to them. He could be an asset if that happens. And the Saints, even though they did lose Marcus Williams and Malcolm Jenkins retired, they did add Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, which is a big help on the defensive side of the ball. And they also got Tavares Landry, too. So they got him there, too. And Alvin Kamara. Now, this is also another key factor. He could be facing a suspension for his arrest during the Pro Bowl, but we'll see about that. We don't know if he's going to face suspension or not, but he could. And those of you guys that see, I officially ended my poll on YouTube. Everyone that voted, thank you for so now that I've switched subjects. So yeah, back to what I was saying though. But I do think the Saints, if they stay healthy, right, like if Winston can return to form last year before he got injured, and their defense, they had one of the better defenses last year, despite the fact that they only went 9-8 in that they missed the playoffs. But remember, they shut down the Buccaneers in prime time, and they did have some good defensive performances. So their defense could potentially help them out throughout the season. If their defense stays healthy, Tyrann Mathieu helps out and, basically does what Tyrann Mathieu does, and that's helped them out in the secondary. They could potentially make some noise. All things go right. Kamara plays. He plays up par. Winston's able to return to where he was last year before he was injured. During this 2021 season, that is, before his injury. Yeah, I mean, some of the weapons they have, they could potentially make some noise and make a deep playoff run. Potentially, but time will tell. So I do think the Saints have some potential. Another team is the 49ers. I mean, some people are sleeping on the 49ers, and I understand why, because in recent years, they've had a history, kind of an up and down history in past couple years where they have a really good year, they make a nice run, but then after that, they come back and have a disappointing season because they had that Super Bowl run 2019, 2020 disappointing season, and 2021 they rallied late to make the playoffs and made it to the conference championship. But the 49ers, with some of that talent they have there around them, hey, there's the potential that they could pull out another deep run. As far as the quarterback situation, we don't know what happens there, but I mean, last year they made a deep run with Jimmy Garoppolo starting, even though he did not play that good last season. Because if we actually think about it, Jimmy Garoppolo did not play that good. It was mostly Deebo Samuel that was helping them out late. So they were getting a lot of help there, but they still managed to find a way to pull through with the help of their defense. Deebo Samuel, they managed to find a way to make a deep run. So even if, like, say they start Trey Lance and he still shows signs of being green, hey, considering how far they made it last year with not the best quarterback play in the world, they could make a deep run this year. They could, even if they start Trey Lance and he shows signs of, what's the way I'm looking at it? Even if he just shows he's not truly ready to be a star NFL quarterback, they could still have a successful season in spite of that, as we saw last year. So even with the QB controversy, there's still the excuse me, apologize for the cough today. There's the opportunity for the 49ers to make some noise. Now, my next dark horse team, the Miami Dolphins, because let's face it, they're off back-to-back winning seasons. Now, with those two winning seasons, they did miss the playoffs. They fell short both times. However, they still got a lot of pieces from those two back-to-back winning seasons. Even though Brian Flores, the head coach those 2 years, is no longer their head coach, they still got Tua Tagovailoa. They still have some solid pieces on defense. And now they upgraded at wide receiver with Tyreek Hill. Now let's go back a couple years ago with the Cardinals. That first year with Kyler Murray, okay, they looked better than they did in 2018 with Josh Rosen, but they still weren't ready to make any noise. Then they added DeAndre Hopkins. They narrowly missed the playoffs that first year with him there. Then year two with him there, DeAndre Hopkins, his last season, they made it to the playoffs. And one thing that helped them was that upgrade at wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. And it's possible the Dolphins could have more of the same there with Tyreek Hill. That upgrade with Tyreek Hill at wide receiver could be, what's the word? That could be the one thing they need to put them to the next level where they can make the playoffs. So it is possible there that the Miami Dolphins could take that next step and possibly make a playoff run with Tyreek Hill. They narrowly missed the playoffs back-to-back years. Now it's all positive. Tyreek Hill just gives them that extra spark they need. He gives Tua that weapon. He gives Tua that weapon he needs. Apologize for my cough being bad here. But yeah, it gives Tua that weapon he needs that he can really throw the ball to and help break the game open. So I think based off where the Dolphins were the last two seasons, that upgraded wide receiver, it could give them that extra spark they need. Hold up one second. Okay, I apologize for that. Now I'm back. So, as I was saying, we're at second subject of this live stream, which is my dark horse teams who I see could potentially make a deep playoff run. They have the tools to potentially do it. I list off the New Orleans Saints as the first. I mean, with Jameis Winston recovering from injury, I mean, considering that he was playing good in the Saints system last year, it is possible he could return to the form he was at in 2021 before his injury. And with, Alvin Kamara being there, some of the weapons on offense, Tavares Landry, Michael Thomas, and, they have a solid defense with the addition of Tyrann Mathieu. They could make a run. Second team I said was the Miami Dolphins. They narrowly missed the playoffs the last 2 years, but now they're adding Tyreek Hill, an elite wide receiver. Think what DeAndre Hopkins did with the Cardinals, how they were better off like that. Could be the same with the Dolphins, where they're better off like that. Now, the next dark horse team I had. I also said the 49ers too, because they made a playoff run last year, deep run last year, so they could do the same this year, even with the QB controversy. They made it that far, even though Jimmy Garoppolo didn't play that great, but they still have a lot of good talent around them, so they could make a run. A lot of people don't see them as favorites, but they could. But my next dark horse team is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I would have had them as a dark horse team last year, but then they blew it late in the season by losing some games, especially overthinking that situation against the Raiders week 18, where the Raiders were initially going to play for the tie, but then the Chargers called the timeout in that final drive in overtime, and then the Raiders changed their plan, decided to go for the field goal. With the Chargers, they have some upgrades on defense. J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack. They just narrowly missed the playoffs last year, and with those upgrades on defense, their defense could be better this upcoming season. Especially with J.C. Jackson being a young player. And, Khalil Mack, you're hoping he at least returns to his elite form, or at least his veteran presence. Him being a veteran, he at least provides that leadership presence to the defense. And with Justin Herbert being their quarterback, there's definitely a chance that some of those offseason moves they made with J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack could help them get over the hump. And maybe this time they could at least make a run, maybe. I mean, even with their division being loaded, it's possible that they may have finally found their pieces they needed to. We'll have to see what happens there. But then that leads me to the last dark horse team. My team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And yes, you'll say I'm being biased because they're my team. But now, this ties into the final subject. The countdown to the 2022 NFL season. The countdown to Eagles football, specifically. So, look, this offseason, main thing we did, come draft night, we made the trade with the Tennessee Titans to get A.J. Brown. We got our top wide receiver. We got Devontae Smith. We got Zach Pascal. Got Quez Watkins. So we have a better receiving core. We definitely improved in that regard. And also, we got James Bradbury. We got Hassan Reddick. So we made some upgrades. It looks like we had a nice draft right here, too. We had a really solid draft right here. Pull up a second. But we got Jordan Davis. We got Nakobe Dean. We got the trade with A.J. Brown. We could potentially make some noise right here. We got Cam Jurgens. Who knows what'll happen right there, but... Oh, yeah, and also got, Kaiser White from the Chargers at linebacker, so... We got a lot of pieces there that could really help out, especially on the offense side of the ball. We got wide receivers now, the likes of A.J. Brown, that'll give us a big spark in the offense. You got Jordan Davis, who helps the D-line out. We got some pieces. We got Hassan Reddick there. He's Temple Navy's going to come to Philadelphia excited to play. So, that gives us a lot of help right there. And we could potentially make a serious run this year. We could. And that being said, though, there is a lot of hype going into the season right here. A lot of hype right here. So, yeah, we got a lot of hype right here. But, however, we'll have to see what happens there. We'll see if those dark horse teams I listed off actually pan out. And as far as the Philadelphia Eagles go, hey, the countdown's on, and we did cut Craig James. Now, defensive back's the one area we still need to improve on. But now with the Jesse Bates thing, with him holding out the Bengals, the main team he's rumored to possibly join is, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, so far it's only rumors. We don't know if that's going to happen. And there's an old saying I always say. That saying is, don't believe the hype, because more often than not, it just turns out to be talk. So far, it's just rumors. Nothing's been confirmed, though. Nothing's been confirmed. There's been no contract signed. So, now with Jesse Bates being an upgrade, definitely he would be an upgrade for our defense. I mean, defensive secondary, that is. Because our secondary, let's see, we just had, what's his name? Steven Nelson went to the Texans. And we have Darius Slay Jr. still there, who's our best secondary player. We did get James Bradbury, but outside of Slay and Bradbury, what do we have in the secondary? And we didn't pull off the move for Tyrann Mathieu. We didn't address the secondary in the draft, so what do we got there with the secondary? The answer to that is, besides Slay and Bradbury, we don't have much there. We need improvement there. So if we could pull off a move to get a Jesse Bates, that would be a significant upgrade. So I like the idea of it, but the question is, will it actually get pulled off? Remember Tyrann Mathieu, we thought, okay, that would be a great upgrade for the secondary, but we didn't get it. So we're still going to have to wait and see what happens with Jesse Bates, though. See what happens there. If he does go elsewhere, where would he go? Remember, it's all talk as of right now. A contract hasn't been signed. But I'll admit, I would definitely like to see Jesse Bates with the Eagles, because it would be an upgrade to our secondary that we need. But at the same time, the chances that we're actually going to get it, though, I mean, even though the rumors are suggesting it's going to happen, what are the chances that's going to actually happen, though? Realistically, because we know a lot of times, rumors may say that we're the favorites to get him, but we never know what the truth is. But we'll have to see right there. But our secondary is going to be one of our weak spots going into this season. Running back, we had one of the best running games last year in the league. But I do think overall it looks like we got a good team around us going into this season. So there's some hype for this, but let's just hope we live up to the hype. And July 25th, next Monday, 6 days, make it 5 days, because it's around 6:30 p.m. So can't really count this. They make it 5 days till training camp starts. All right, looking forward. So now that training camp's getting ready to start, I'll be making some more Eagles content. So I'll be talking about the Eagles after their preseason games, what I like, what I don't like from it, right there. But the countdown continues, man. We've been counting down every single day till the NFL season starts. And what are we at today? Today is, what was it? How many days till the NFL? Because I want to, let's see. Days until... What days? 52, 53. So we got 54 days until Eagles football right there. So, yep, 51 days till the start of the NFL season. And then we'll play Sunday against the Detroit Lions in week one. So that's 54 days until Eagles football. So the countdown continues. Training camp will start on Monday. We'll have more to discuss. We'll get to see the Eagles throughout preseason, see what they do. We don't know how much playing time the starting guys are going to get. but I'm pretty sure the guys like Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and our other draft picks, they'll get more playing time. And hopefully we can pull off a move to upgrade our secondary because we really need help right there. And we're in our rumor to get Jesse Bates, but we'll have to see if that happens. But definitely we need an upgraded secondary. Hopefully we'll be able to pull off something, whether it be getting Jesse Bates or hopefully we can get somebody else right there. But another interesting thing is we're going to see Devin Allen. What's going to happen with him now? Because remember Devin Allen, for those that don't know, he was disqualified in the hurdle. I'll have to check that out myself and see what happened there. I heard about it, I didn't actually see it, but I'll have to check it out right there. But now we'll have to see now that he's done there. We'll have to see what is he going to do now in training camp. Is he going to be able to make a spot on the roster? We'll have to see. That's one headline we're looking out for. We'll also have to see if Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, those guys get playing time preseason and how they look. But we'll see what all that's going to be coming because we get training camp starts next week, get preseason in August, and the season starts September, and I'll be making videos about it. So if you guys want to hear what I have to say, keep an eye out on my channel, keep an eye out for those videos in these coming weeks and months about the Eagles. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say right there. The countdown continuing. 54 days till Eagles football. Can't wait. Now, there's a lot of hype going into this. I have us as dark horse contenders to make some noise. Hopefully, we'll be able to do exactly what I feel like we can do. The time will tell. That's all I got to say for this one. Everyone that tuned in this live stream, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor. Just hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, do so. Hit that notification bell so you can see more of my content. You know when I upload a new vid. Most of all, have a wonderful evening. Nicky's T signing off, and I'll see you for my next vid.